What if I told you that England might be entering the 2026 World Cup with less hype than usual, and that might be the best thing that could happen to them? No golden generation headline, no best team ever assembled, no nationwide expectation that they are guaranteed to win. Just a squad packed with elite talent, a new coach, and one mission: win England's first World Cup since 1966. For almost 60 years, England fans have lived through heartbreak, penalty shootouts, semi-final defeats, golden generations that never delivered, and tournament runs that ended one step too soon. But this team feels different. Jude Bellingham is becoming one of the biggest stars in football. Harry Kane is still scoring goals for fun. Saka keeps getting better. And Thomas Tuchel has arrived with one job: turn a talented team into champions. Can England finally end decades of pain? Or will the Three Lions break their fans' hearts once again? Let's find out. England are one of football's greatest paradoxes. They invented the game. They created the Premier League. Their clubs dominate Europe. Their stadiums are packed every week. Yet, internationally, just one World Cup. That's it. In 1966. And since then, England have often arrived at tournaments believing they're contenders. Sometimes they were, but sometimes they weren't. But the result usually looked the same: disappointment. Yet over the last decade, something changed. England stopped trying to be a collection of stars. They became a tournament team. The run to the 2018 World Cup semi-final, the Euro 2020 final, the Euro 2024 final. This generation knows how to survive tournaments. And that's incredibly important, because World Cups are rarely won by the most entertaining team. They are won by teams that manage moments. And England have learned that lesson. When England hired Thomas Tuchel, the message was clear: good football is nice, but winning is better. Tuchel isn't a romantic coach. He isn't trying to entertain neutrals. He's trying to win football matches. And his resume speaks for itself. Former coach of Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern München, Champions League winner, one of the best tactical coaches of his generation. Tuchel's greatest strength is adaptability. He doesn't force one style. He studies opponents. He changes systems. He attacks weaknesses. And in this tournament, football that's incredibly dangerous. Because knockout games are often decided by tiny details. One tactical adjustment, one substitution, one defensive tweak. England believe Tuchel can provide exactly that. The question is simple: can he do what every England coach since 1966 failed to do? Now let's talk about the stars of the English team. And of course I'm gonna start with the top performer of this year of that squad, which is Harry Kane. He's the captain. He will be 33. This is likely his final realistic opportunity to win a World Cup. And despite his age, he's still one of the world's best strikers, if he's not the best striker this year. Elite finishing, elite movement, elite passing. If England go deep, Kane will be involved. Jude Bellingham. The player many believe will become the face of English football for the next decade. He can score, he can create chances, he help defending, he lead and dominate midfield battles. He's already performing on the biggest stages in football. Now he wants to do it out of World Cup. And every team needs a player who can destroy defenders 1v1. England have Bukayo Saka. He's explosive, he's direct, he's fearless, the kind of winger that changes games in seconds. There is the engine, the protector, the balance, Declan Rice. Rice allows everyone else to play. Every great tournament team needs a player like him. And England have one of the best midfielders this year, Declan Rice. Now I'm gonna talk about the strength of England. England can lose a starter and replace him with another elite player. Few nations can match that. The midfield quality, we're talking about Rice, Bellingham, Maino. England's midfield is ridiculous. Then they have the set pieces. England remain one of the world's most dangerous teams from dead ball situations. Corner, a free kick, often decide knockout games. Then there is the experience. This group has already played finals, semi-finals, quarter-finals. Nothing will surprise them. And we can't talk about the strength without talking about the weaknesses, because no team is perfect. And England have concerns. First of all, there is the defensive questions. The attack get headlines. The defense gets questions. Can they handle elite counterattacks? Can they stop, for example, Brazil? Can they stop France, the team that got them knocked out in Qatar? Can they stop Portugal? Can they stop Spain? That's where tournaments are won. Second of all is the pressure. No matter what people say, England carry pressure nobody else does. Every tournament begins with the same song, "It's Coming Home," and every player hears it every day. The third point is the finishing chances. England often create enough opportunities. The question is whether they convert them when it matters most. One missed chance can end the World Cup. England found themselves in the Group J. They have Croatia against them. They have Panama and they have Ghana. And England should finish first. Let's say they draw against Croatia, 7 points. Why not 9? But first place is the expectation. Anything else would be disappointing. Now things become interesting. Assuming England win the group, the potential opponents of round of 32 is either Sweden, Saudi Arabia, and I think England should advance. But the potential opponent in round of 16 is Netherlands, Japan, Morocco. And now we're talking. One mistake, you're going home. The possible giants that England can face in the quarterfinal is Brazil, Belgium, Switzerland, and this could be the first truly massive test. And let's say England make it to the semi-final, then they can face France, Portugal, Germany, and this is where I think England's tournament realistically ends. not because they aren't good enough, but because the margins become microscopic. One mistake, one moment, one superstar performance, and it's over. The final, if they survive, potential opponents could include Argentina, Spain, Brazil, France. We're talking about the best of the best, the kind of game remembered forever. Here is my honest prediction. England reach the semi-finals. That's where I expect their journey to end. Not because they lack talent, because the competition is brutal. France are loaded, Spain are incredible, Brazil remains Brazil, Portugal have perhaps their deepest squad ever, Germany are rising again. Winning a World Cup is unbelievably difficult. But there is another scenario. The scenario every England fan dreams about. Kane scores when it matters. Bellingham dominates midfield. Saka destroys defenders. Tuchel wins the tactical battle. And suddenly England are standing in a World Cup final. One game away, 90 minutes away, one victory away from ending 60 years of waiting. England don't arrive at this World Cup as favorites, but they absolutely arrive as contenders. They have world-class talent, a world-class coach, tournament experience, and players entering their prime. The realistic prediction is semi-final. The dream would be the second star. And maybe, just maybe, after decades of pain, football finally comes home. How far do you think England will go at the 2026 World Cup? Group stage, quarter-final, semi-final, final, or maybe champions? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you soon.